What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about the story involving a model by the name of Kasia. She was dating a soccer player by the name of Jerome, I think that's how you say it, Jerome Boateng, right? Or Boateng. They dated for about a year, and the relationship had recently ended. And a week later, she ended up taking her own life. Now, this is a young woman with a young son who had a relationship with this soccer player. She had his name tattooed on her. And once that relationship dissolved, she decided to end it all. This is an attractive woman who I believe had, life in front of her. But she just couldn't get over the fact that this relationship didn't work. And according to her, she's the one who ended the relationship. She couldn't take his infidelity and lies. Now, he ended up going public about the breakup and apologizing to people, apologizing to his ex. And maybe that pushed her over the top. The fact that she thinks that he sees the relationship he had with her as a mistake that he never really took seriously. And I think the issues that you're seeing now in modern day people is that one breakup can just make them want to do the worst things, either to themselves or to other people. Now, according to this article by The Sun, it said that Berlin police had found the body of Kasia, who's 25, in her apartment in the city, but authorities are not treating it as anything suspicious, right? Bayern Munich defender Jerome announced last week that he and mom of one, Kasia, had separated after 15 months of dating. German news outlet, I think it's Bild, revealed that Kasia had been involved in a car incident in the footballer's Mini on January 5th, resulting in the vehicle being written off. That may have caused a rift. In his statement, Jerome said it was time to draw a line and apologize to everyone I've hurt, including his ex-girlfriend Rebecca and their children. The Polish-born Kasia, who had a tattoo with the word Jerome on her torso, responded by saying she had ended the relationship because the World Cup winner's lies and constant infidelity. Let me just say this. Once you get a man's name tattooed on you, that lets me know you wanted more from this relationship that you didn't get. And it's clear that she took this relationship way more seriously than him. Now, we see women get guys' names tattooed on them, but she got it on her torso. You see women, they get a guy's name tattooed on them. It's usually small, or they may have it on their chest that they can tattoo over on their arm or back or whatnot. But she got it on her torso. Maybe, I believe she was expecting more, and she knew that that just wasn't going to happen. That despite how attractive she may be, it still wasn't going to be enough, right? Now, her background, she was on Germany's own Germany's Next Top Model. America's Next Top Model. Germany's Next Top Model. That's where she gained notoriety and been sort of mainstream modeling ever since. So that's how she was able to gain notoriety, right? Now, also according to the article, Kasia's cryptic last Instagram post said, "Now is where you draw the line. Enough." She also publicly branded the footballer the devil and promised to speak up and fight back, it has been reported. Jerome told a German newspaper Bild that Kasia had allegedly destroyed his previous relationship and blackmailed him. He said, "Kasia became my girlfriend by destroying the relationship with my ex-girlfriend Rebecca and my family and blackmailed me. So I decided to stay with Kasia and try to make it work." Now that had to hurt. It just seemed like the end of this relationship was just very toxic. It just seemed like she felt some kind of way, he felt some kind of way, And I'm sure what he said to her hurt her, because again, she got this guy's name tattooed on her. She thought she was going to get more from this relationship, and she didn't. And that's what you see in society, man. In society, you have a lot of people who expect more than what they get, right? She expected more than what she got. Maybe she was thinking marriage. Maybe she was thinking something long term. I just don't like the fact that she left her son behind. If you're not going to live for anything else, live for your kids, man. And I would say that with anybody. This is why mental health is becoming one of the top problems in our society, because now you have the added bonus of social media. She put up a cryptid Instagram post because she knew what was going to happen. And this happens a lot. I'm seeing where, you have people on TikTok, taking their lives. You got people on Facebook Live who've done that. Instagram, all these platforms these people go to because they're crying out for help. They don't have anybody. Nobody that they really feel like they can turn to. But I honestly feel like she did this to hurt him. Because if you go to his Instagram page, he's turned the comments off. He's turned the comments completely off because he doesn't want to deal with what people are saying about him and blaming him for what she did. Now, some more of this article. Jerome's ex-partner Rebecca also posted clips from alleged voice messages sent by Kasia on Instagram. Branding the messages manipulative, Rebecca told the news outlet, "Kasia destroyed my family for her own benefit. I'm not going to let her destroy Jerome too. I'm not going to let her play the victim. She's done enough damage." I think when you look at this situation, it's very unfortunate for everybody involved, right? It's unfortunate for Kasia. It's unfortunate for Jerome. And I think the biggest factor that people just have to look at is the fact that her son does not have a mother, due to the fact that his mother couldn't get over her breakup with her ex that she had only been with for 15 months, that she was so invested in that relationship that it drove her over the edge, the back and forths. She really wanted this to work. She tattooed this guy's name on her. She thought that this would become something more. And I believe towards the end of that relationship, because she says she walked away, I truly believe that she felt like he did not take her seriously. She believed she was just a filler, that he still had feelings for his ex, and he didn't really take a relationship with her seriously. And in her mind, she felt used. In her mind, she felt like nothing. In her mind, she felt like she was someone that, he just had a good time with. She was just somebody just to help him through that breakup. Even though he's saying now, well, I say now, but he's saying after the fact that she broke up his home, which lets me know that he may have been talking to her while he was still dealing with his ex, which may bring up a whole nother can of worms, because the ex feels like she was dealing with this guy while they're together. But again, that's on him. It's his responsibility to not overlap relationships and not be having side chicks and not messing with this girl and that girl, because it's going to cause a messy situation, especially when you are a world-renowned soccer player. You have almost 7 million followers on social media, on Instagram. You do have to move differently. And it's very clear that he did not do that. And I think she, in her mind, wanted to hurt him. Because again, she should have a lot more to live for than just trying to be in a relationship with a guy that didn't want to be with her like that, right? I wish people, when they would do things, would understand the ramifications of what would be left behind. Now, maybe her son was good with his father, right? But we also have to look at the mental health aspects of people nowadays. This is a 25-year-old woman who, again, had a lot going for herself. I will say this, though. This does bring in another issue. She was basically a single mother. I don't know if her son spent a lot of time with her. Maybe the son was with the father, but she was basically, a single mom. And maybe she thought that she had finally been able to get with somebody she's always wanted to get with, a well-known soccer player, right? Big following, that she will be able to get into a relationship with him, possibly even get married, and he'll be able to uplift her life to the point to where she's no longer trying to get to a certain level. She's not, because of the fact that she does have a child, right? And that just fell apart. And I think, honestly, her world fell apart. And that's the sad thing, especially with the adding of social media. It brings a whole nother level of dysfunction. It just makes people get more anxiety. Social media has given people way more anxiety in regards to dealing with the opposite gender and when those relationships fall apart. And we've seen a lot of situations where women will end it all due to a breakup. Not saying that men haven't done it, because men have, right? We've seen a lot of horrific stories. But this is a 25-year-old woman, still had a lot of life to be lived, but all because of one breakup and the ensuing back and forth that happened after the fact. Just 1 week after the breakup, just one, she decided that she just could not take it anymore. And that's the sad part.